My mom always told me I could have her camera when she died, and most of you know she was struggling with ALS and she was getting towards the end, and I couldn't wait, actually, so I unplugged the machine that was keeping her alive to charge the batteries of my new point-and-shoot camera, and I somewhat regret doing it, but I have the camera now, and I will review it today.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So I'm not joking, my mom did pass away. It's not because I unplugged her machine. Those things have backup power. There was plenty enough time to charge the battery for this. So I gave her my old point and shoot, the first one ever, and I upgraded and gave her my Canon SD 1100 IS, and after like, I don't know, 2 more months, she had a lens error. It just stuck out and never came back. And so I'm going through her stuff now, and I find this little gadget, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. So I guess she bought a new one, the Canon PowerShot ELPH 160. You could not get more ghetto of a budget lens. There's no optical stave in here. So let's see if this is the best camera ever made, because cameras are only getting worse. Companies aren't even trying. What they had in the past is better. This is a CCD sensor. Much better than the bull crapio CMOS. You'd think, oh, it's better because it's faster. No, it's not. Just because it's fast doesn't mean it wins the race. Yeah, so let's switch over to the superior Canon ELPH, Canon color science the way it was intended to be. Oh, the superior Canon color science. I can just picture it. We're in full auto mode. It has no options to do anything. You're full auto at 720p only, 30 frames per sec. Oh, God. Oh, that's a bitch. I was supposed to record this in 30 frames per second. Oh, that will never look right. So this is a handy little gadget. They're much better than your smartphone, of course. It's something like a 24 to 200 zoom with no stave whatsoever on any focal length. I don't know how they got away with that. Like, how am I gonna... I'm gonna go vlog with it and get B-roll. How's that gonna work? It does have face detect autofocus, though, that I imagine is working flawlessly. Oh, the ton. Canon color science, huh? Who are you trying to tell me that Sony loser in 24 frames per second could compete with this hunk? If we're both on stage, the ladies are throwing their dollars over here. That's all we know for sure. Canon color science. Come on now. The cool thing about this is it has a 8 times zoom. So right now we're at the widest. Let's zoom on in there to Cinema Town. It'd be cooler if I could see if I was even in the frame or not. I have a feeling it zoomed way too much. And I should have backed off a notch on that one, but shit. I imagine I'm pretty much in the shot now, and it's a superior telephoto length. The background books have been blurred to oblivion. Don't even try to attempt to read them, because you can't see them. They're background blurred. They're ton. There's Marcus Pick's book, Dream Chaser. It's a good read. Highly recommend it. Let's go outside and see if this is the best vlogging cam, because it has no mic jack. Autofocus probably terrible, stave abysmal, but Canon color science makes up for all. And the 200mm B-roll, forget about it. That just feels right. I imagine this is the cleanest image, the best color science, the most vintage look. Any Black Magic would dream to even compete on stage with this thing. What's with me in stages today? This camera was the first to invent the internal gimbal. It's basically, it takes information from the sky and interprets it into this, just everything's smooth, like you're underwater almost. It's a gimbal. Pocket 3, people are like, oh, Pocket 3 is the best vlogging camera. No, it's the Canon ELPH 160. It's more stable, better colors, better dynamic range, better everything, and there's a zoom. Does the Pocket 3 have a zoom? How far does it zoom? Not much, does it? It's a digital zoom. It's a bullshit zoom. It's not this kind of zoom. Don't disappear behind the tree line before I get... Oh, damn it. Did that ruin my autofocus? I feel like if I zoomed in to that very slow old man or woman, that might have disabled face tracking. I doubt it. Should I stop walking, maybe? It's the best camera of our time. Why did they abandon the CCD sensor? It was superior in every way except slower. I was just looking it up. It's something like, now we have CMOS sensors that read each individual pixel at the same time or something, like a global shutter. But the CCD just took its time and did one row and then sent it somewhere, and then they analyzed the footage. But it was like better colors, better everything. Imagine a modern day CCD sensor. You'd have worse slow-mo, unlike what we witnessed today, interpolated. That was good. That looked real. A broken clay pot discarded by its owners, no longer useful to them, but it displays the broken society that we find ourselves in. The dynamic range, so peaceful. Look at the ton of the Christmas tree lights as I pan towards the woman who just passed me. Wow, that's the cinema, I do believe. Can't even tell she's a human being with that ton, right? She's fast. Oh, coffee guy, huh? Getting donuts for the team. Good on you. Let's digital zoom on that one. 16 times, 26, 32 times. Wow, it's face tracking him. That is good. Okay, I'm not filming you, I promise. I would never do that. I imagine in a pinch, if you weren't walking, you could get by with this kind of, not the audio necessarily. I imagine it's okay right now. There's no wind. You could get by, but if it had a mic jack and a flippy screen, a little stave in there, some slow motion, I'd buy it. Why wouldn't I? All right, let's make a B-roll movie.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the corner. That's me in the corner.
curious, I was out with my fiance. I asked her to film me at the widest and then at the most telephoto. And there you can see the compression, the beauty that it gives you. And it's just such a magical image. Wildlife video coming, of course. Sony, huh? What could go wrong with that? Nothing. So should I have unplugged my mother's life support machine to charge the batteries of this point-and-shoot camera? That's a debatable question that I'll have to answer at a later date. Could I have just waited? Could I have found another outlet? These are the questions that will be answered in time, and it only gets better in time, so it's a pretty good camera. It's not bad. I like it a lot. So I will keep it forever. Marcus Picks, if you find this on your doorstep somehow, just embrace the gift, and we're even now for the GH5S, the Leica 12mm 1.4, the Canon R8, and the 50mm. The 51.8, that was more of an insult than a gift, let's be real. So like, we're even, and cool. Enjoy. I thought he was looking for this. I was like, I have it now, but I think it was a 360. It had like some potential, unlike this, but enjoy the gift, my friend. I'll go. Subscribe for more videos. See you next.